What's going on, everybody? If you love God, love people, and love real estate, you're in the right place. My name is Derrick Forston. They call me Mr. ILF. Beautiful. Who are you?
I am Shay Forston, and they call me Mrs. ILF. And guys, I sound a little froggy today. I've been under the weather, but we are kicking back, and it's time to go live. Let's do it.
Let's do it. So welcome, everybody. Thank y'all so much for being here. We super appreciate it. Now, if you're streaming from somewhere to where you can only hear me, go ahead and join us on the YouTube channel at Forston Consultants. I'm putting it in the chat. There's a lot of people joining our TikTok channel right now, and I'm putting in the chat. We're live. We're live. And let me know when you come over, actually. I want to greet you personally. So when you say, Derrick, I just came over, let me know that so I can shout you out. Say, Derrick, I just came from TikTok. Derrick, I just came from TikTok or Facebook. So come on over to the YouTube channel at Forston Consultants, because if you love God, love people, and you've always been trying to figure out real estate, this is it. So tonight we'll be discussing independent living facilities. What are some of y'all goals moving into the next year? I want to say Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to everybody. Today's December the 29th. We are live right now. Today is Monday, and it's 7:02. So a lot of you guys asked that, this is recording or is it live? Guys, we're live right now. So even though we do a lot of those, this is a live session today. So again, go ahead and put in the chat where you guys are joining us from. We love to kind of be nosy and know what city and state you guys are in. Shay and I are in Orlando, Florida, right? And just in case, if you're new to us, guys, an independent living facility is just an environment where adults are able to live and thrive without the need for staff and or medical oversight. So these are not group homes. These are not IDDs. These are not like an ALF. Any of those things that require for you to have a license, this isn't it, right? So how many of you guys have been trying to start a group home your whole life, right? Me, that was me, right? Before I figured out I didn't need a license. I didn't need a $30,000 sprinkler system. And really quickly, guys, to make a long story short, I usually take 2 hours to tell this one story. Here we go in 30 seconds. God allowed me to see a lady that was making 41 grand a month as I was a social worker making 28 grand a year. See how that math ain't mathing? 41 grand a month, 28 grand a year. Which one would you want? Put in the chat if you had a choice. And I saw that lady doing this, y'all.
I prefer it monthly.
Exactly, right.
Just to be
this
just
lady
to be honest,
was making 41 grand a month, but she was housing people in rats and roaches. And when I saw that, like, that blew my mind. I couldn't believe, first of all, that she was treating people like that, but also couldn't believe she was making that much of money doing it the wrong way. So when I saw this, as I'm ending this story already, I was like, why not me? So I want 10 of y'all to put in the chat, why not me, but do it the right way? Because one more time, really slowly, I saw somebody making 41 grand a month housing people in roaches. So I was like, man, if I do this the right way, can you imagine what my life gonna be like? And can you imagine the way God will respect and look at me? And that's kind of what I wanted to get out of that. And now we go all over the world teaching it. So when I first got into it, guys, I went through lawsuits, the Channel 8 News. I still was doing it wrong. Now I did it with the right heart. That lady that I'm talking about that house people in roaches and in rats, she had the wrong heart, but she knew how to do it. Guys, I had the right heart, but didn't know what I was doing. So that led to a $40,000 lawsuit. I made the Channel 8 News in an embarrassing way. And guys, I messed it up. But I made a promise to God. I said, God, if you make me good at this, I said, I'll go all over the world teaching it, and I'll never take any credit. I said, God, I'll tell the people that is you. And that I decrease every day so that you can increase in me. So I'm done already. That story usually takes 2 hours. But if that's you, just type in the chat, me. Derrick, I love God. Derrick, I love people. And Derrick, I've been trying to get into real estate because I heard, Derrick, that's how you create generational wealth. So that's who I am. That's what we do. Our coaching right now works in all 50 states. We're just blessed to have it in 40 states right now. So go ahead and put in the chat where you guys are from. I'm going to have Shay introduce herself, and we're going to jump right into even what the title says today. What do independent living facility, why do ILFs matter right now? Why is it such a big deal right now for you to start your ILF? We're going to talk about that. We're also going to talk about, because I want y'all to put y'all goals also in the chat, right? Put your goals in the chat. What do you expect for God to do for you this coming year? Some of y'all, and don't raise your hand and don't put nothing in the chat. Some of y'all said, I'm gonna start this in 2025.
And haven't done
Here
anything
we go. It's
yet.
December 29th, and you never got started. But we ain't gonna put your business in the street. Don't put it in the chat, because here's a new beginning. The only wish for me is that we don't wait till January 1st to start. We're gonna start right now today. So some of the things that we're going to talk about today is, what can I do right now, Derrick, that I can get started right now? And it doesn't require for like a license for me to buy a house or any money. One of the biggest things that I get from people in terms of why they haven't started yet is usually the finances. We're going to talk about a model today that you don't need no money. You need a cell phone, which all of y'all have, because most of you viewing me on a cell phone right now. And you need the willingness to talk to people to tell them you offer affordable housing. And that's called the HRA. And we'll go deeper into that. But the HRA, Housing Referral Agency, is just another way for you guys to make money and help people doing this. And you don't need the property. So let's take a real quick commercial break. We're going to be right back, and we're going to jump into today's topic.
Hey, what's going on, family? Please make sure that you watch our webinar, which is the first step to getting started. So just text the phrase "more info," MOREINFO, to the phone number 407-326-0086. Don't type it in the chat. Don't put it below. Text it to that phone number. That way you get that free webinar, but also it leads to a discovery call with me and my team to see how we can get you started. So again, if you love God, love people, and love real estate, this is it. Show me anything else where you can make such an impact in your community, serve God, but also make a bunch of money doing it. We don't hide that. We want to make a lot of money doing what this is so that we can extend our hand in the community and continue to be the answer to affordable housing. Text "more info" to 407-326-0086, and we'll see you on the other side of success. Let's get back to the show.
All right, you heard the guy. Make sure you text that phrase "more info," because that'll give you guys our introductory webinar to explain all of this. I'm going to treat y'all like family tonight, and we just going to bounce around. But if you want a more of a chronological order of what the independent living facility is, which Shay and I trademarked. So don't be fooled by people that's called themselves trying to teach it. Guys, we trademarked it.
Correct.
So don't be fooled and learn it from the best. So if you just came from TikTok, Instagram, Chatter, Twitter, let me know. Say, Derrick, I just came over. Shay, hop in.
So again, Derrick talks about the independent living facility model, but he never, well, he does. Well, we do this from two different sectors or two different sides of the fence. I'm a nonprofit 501c3, and Derrick does this as a for-profit LLC, now transitioning over to an S Corp. But super excited about the ways in which you can do the independent living facility model or any shared housing model, for instance, by either doing it one as a nonprofit or for profit. You choose the lane that's more comfortable for you. The difference is, and part of my voice, y'all, the difference is one, it's the structure, right? The for-profit is going to be set up with a board of directors, a lot of rules to the process in regards to how money is allocated throughout your independent living facility model, and what that money goes to, like the profits. I don't get to pocket the profits from the ILF model that is housed or done by the Angela Denise Foundation. But Derrick gets to pocket the profits from Second Chance Housing because he is a for-profit entity. So it just depends on what you want and what's your end goal, right? Is it mission and all mission driven, community give back, or is it a business sorry, that you all are wanting to extend and have for generations? So it's all up to you how you want to operate an independent living facility or a shared housing model, housing program. So again, those are the two distinct differences. I can do a lot more with my ILF in regards with my organization, I should say. I'm not just bound to the ILF model. We did Christmas giveaways. We did Thanksgiving food giveaways. We do all sorts of different fundraising activities to help put back into the organization, into the community, and help to expand our organization's reach. So that's something that we do that's outside of the ILF model as a nonprofit. So Derrick, let's talk about it. Why does the independent living facility model matter right now?
Because
why is it a right now thing?
Because homelessness is at an all-time high. And the crazy part is, Shay, is actually getting worse every year.
Yeah.
And the average Joe can't afford their own apartment, and a lot of them can't go and buy a house. So we're that in between, guys, right? We're looking for somebody that doesn't mind living in a shared living environment. Because sometimes you're going to get calls from people and say, Derrick, I don't want to live with a bunch of other people.
Yeah.
That's not the guy who we're serving then. We're serving the guy that says, Derrick, man, I've kind of hit a stumbling block in life. And bro, I'll take whatever you got right now until I get back on my feet. So we're that in between somebody not being able to afford an apartment or a house or them being on the street. I'm the middleman with this shared living environment, because I'll admit I'm not super worried about their background. I'm not worried about if he's been to jail or prison. I'm not worried about a lot of things that your traditional apartment complex is looking for that would tell you no. Yeah. Back in 1992, you did this, and that disqualifies you. At my housing program, which is called Second Chance, I understand the population I work with, Shay, and I know they need a second chance. Yeah. So that's why it's needed so much today, because the affordability, the ease of it. Prime example, you just can't call an ALF or an IDD today and move in today.
That's 100% correct.
Can call me right now, and I can make a decision to move Tyrone in right now at 7:12 p.m. at night. Correct. That's the advantage of an independent living facility. It's a right now model.
You took the words right out of my mouth. It is a right now resource. You like that? A right now resource. And it's literally, it gives people quick entry into a safe and stable and affordable housing program, right? The other thing about it too, Derrick, is when we say why it matters right now is that there's so many different population types and everybody needs housing. That is the one fundamental need that helps to position everybody for success. Most people can't get a job without stable housing or maintain their job without stable housing. So you're now being a means to an end for them, right? You are now opening a door of opportunity for somebody to get up on their feet and do better by being able to provide them with housing. So I tell people all the time, you know, housing is, again, very fundamental, and it is like one of the foundational building blocks that anyone needs in order to be somewhat successful or re-enter into community successfully and be able to transition their life as well. Back to you.
Good stuff, man. Big shout out to all the people that came over from the TikTok channel. So again, if you can only hear me right now, come over to YouTube at Forston Consultants. I'm also going to show you guys where this idea came from. I know I told you the story, but I want to show you guys also where the idea came from. Also, big shout out to a lot of you all in the chat that are steadily saying that you just got your first set of keys today, or you filed your LLC this week, or you did something. So Miss Burdell is a great example of what I'm talking about. I think if I didn't miss it, she put in the chat that she literally did her
registered
LLC
my new LLC
week.
for this exciting and rewarding project. I refuse to let my disability stop me. I refuse to think of excuses as to why I couldn't do this. God said move.
Exactly.
I love that.
Congratulations. Go ahead, Shay.
I just want to say a big congratulations. It takes a lot to even come to that because it's a battle, right? It's a battle between faith and fear, your mind telling you one thing and your spirit man telling you to do another thing. So to be able to knock down the fear aspect and jump into it head first, hats off to you. Congratulations. We are so excited for you, and we're looking forward to seeing you on that side of success, because you can and you will be prosperous. So Derrick, back to you.
Good stuff. Good stuff. So go ahead and put in the chat again, guys. I want to see some of your goals. And what I like about Miss Burdell already, and I don't even know her, what I like about her, she was honest enough to say that she actually has a disability. But what she did was she stated that's not going to stop her. Yeah. Some of y'all letting things stop y'all, and you have no disability.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm just thankful that she stated that. First of all, it was introduced to her by us, but we give God credit, right? Because remember, for us, God's first. Softwares and systems, the virtual assistants that we use, and our ability to communicate what this is. We talked about that about 3 weeks ago. How can you communicate to people what this is? That you are now the best thing since sliced bread. So again, we're housing people that can't afford an apartment. They can't pass a background check. They don't have all the money.
Yeah.
Guys, they can't afford it. So when I tell them that you can come live at my place for $750 a month, and I cover the lights, the water, the cable, the Wi-Fi, the security system, guys, I'm a no-brainer in my city
Exactly.
now.
Yeah.
And the way that we advertise, even though I just told you $750, a really smart marketing strategy. Can 5 of y'all put in the chat right now, what's $750 divided by 31 days? Let's work together.
Mm-hmm.
Put $750 in your calculator and divide it by 31 days.
Yeah.
That's what we tell people we're charging. Because when I do it that way and say that I'm under $24 a day, that means I beat out the roach-infested motel in my city.
100%.
I beat out the rat-infested Motel 6 in my city.
100%.
I beat out the little mom and pop motel that's got roaches in it and prostitutes running through it. I beat that out easily. So I'm a no-brainer. Somebody put 750 divided by 31 and give me the answer, James. Tell me what that is when you put that in your calculator. 750 divided by 31, or whatever you charge in your city today. Everybody do this.
Yeah.
See what I mean? Somebody put
$24 a day.
So the way I promoted T, and me and T spoke for 55 minutes today.
And I missed it. You didn't even tell me you had my sister on the phone.
We are less than $24 a day, and we provide a safe place, internet, safe place. Oh, I'm going to scream that. A safe place.
Say it one more time.
A safe place.
That part.
Because a lot of places in your city ain't so safe.
Yeah.
So we take pride in Shay houses elderly adults, elderly women.
Correct.
It's got to be safe. That's rule number one for us. Because if it ain't safe, it ain't going to work.
It sure ain't.
So under $24 a day, Miss Viola. So how does that
Under
sound to the social worker? Right. How does the social worker who's hearing that, like, how does she perceive that? Like, wow, this guy said he under $25 a day, and every hotel in the city is $70, and they got roaches in them. Guys, you become a no-brainer like that. So everybody go ahead and put in the chat, what is your goal for this upcoming year? What are some of the things that you will do to make this dream that God gave you come to pass? One of the things that if you haven't done it already and you're new to us, I want you to text these 3 letters, HRA, to this phone number, and we're going to put it in the chat. I want you to text HRA to 407-326-0086. That's going to give you a free 14-minute webinar that breaks down exactly how do you guys do what Shay and I do, but you don't have to need a property. You don't have to buy one, lease one, or rent one. I want to show you guys how to become a housing referral agency. And I just put in the TikTok chat where you guys should come to see us live, because I'm getting ready to show a bunch of pictures and examples of where this idea came from and what does Shay make this look like as a nonprofit. So even though you guys hear me as a for-profit, I want to make some money doing this. I want to help people. What was Shay's mission to get it, and why did she go nonprofit?
Yeah.
So one more time, can 10 of y'all just put, and I'll even say it like this: speak in faith and put in the chat of what you expect God to do for you this coming year, but also what will you put into it? And then I'm going to give y'all some ideas as well. Let's take a commercial break and we'll be right back.
I hope you guys are enjoying the information. If you want more information just like this, what you're hearing now, make sure you text the phrase more info and don't put it in the chat. Text it to this phone number. Text more info. That's MOREINFO to the phone number 407-326-0086. We're going to give you our complimentary webinar, and then that leads to a complimentary call with me and my team to talk about how fast can we get you started. Let's get back to the show.
Consultants.
We
are live. We are back.
I
want to talk about that HRA thing one more time. Can y'all text the word HRA to 407-326-0086? And I'm going to repeat that 5 more times. 407-326-0086. Just text HRA. And then when we're done tonight, I want you guys to go watch that.
And I want to,
and it's also on screen right now on YouTube. Hop in, Shay.
I want to add to this because there was a question that came in early in the live when we first started. Someone asked, do they have to have two separate entities to have an ILF and an HRA? So the answer to that question is absolutely not. They are the same. They are one and the same. The HRA is the foundational aspects of your ILF or your independent living facility. The HRA is getting that phone to ring, is getting the calls coming in, you making the relationships with the case managers, social workers, hospitals, all of those different industries and entities. And now you're getting the influx of calls for those people that need housing. That now starts positioning you to say, man, if I'm constantly referring these people out, I need to hurry up and get a house, right? So it's the same business model. You're just learning how to do the foundational aspect of it by getting out there and building the relationships with housing providers as well as organizations that need the connections for housing, and then you making that referral. So that's literally what it is. You become the man in the middle, but you are going to keep the same business entity. Don't change to two different entities, because technically when your phone starts ringing, if you have a second entity, now you got to create a whole new brand image, a whole new connection with people under that business name. So you don't want to confuse the people that you're already working with. You are a one-stop shop. You can house people or you can refer them. Bottom line. So one entity type. Derrick, back
Good
to you.
stuff. So I'm seeing goals in the chat that says I look forward to having. Miss Reed says 2 ILFs.
Yep.
Somebody says they look forward to having just their first one. Somebody says again 2 ILFs. Somebody said retire. James wants to retire.
I love this.
Right?
So can we make these actionable?
Sure,
Can I go down the rabbit
Let's do
hole
it.
of SMART goals? Because you guys are all giving us goals, right? And let me get this. I haven't done this in a while, and I'm going to do it really quickly. Derrick might be like, really, you going to do this now? Let me do it for you.
No,
Let
I
me
love
look
it because
for
I know exactly where you're going. And people love it when you do it. So take your time.
So give me a second, because I got to pull up my old notes for this, okay? So I've been doing a whole countdown to 2026, and I'm going to have to extend it because, of course, I got down and was unable to do a lot of days because of that. The other goal with that is, Derrick, I am going to go ahead and I'm going to say it live tonight. And I think I'm going to go ahead and create a journal for business owners, whether they're experienced or new to business, and it helps you position yourself as an entrepreneur. And it's going to give you about 30 steps that you can do on a consistent basis to kind of monitor your business, reestablish new goals after the goals you've already set have been accomplished, or also help you reevaluate those goals if you have not made it. So now that we're talking about goals, one thing I want people to always think of a goal as a SMART goal, okay? And this way it helps to take that fear and trembling out from you when you're saying, man, this looks like a lot to chew, or I am biting off way more than I can chew. So I tell people to break it down into SMART goals. So Derrick, we have somebody that says they're wanting to retire. They're saying there's someone that says they want one house. There's somebody else that says they want multiple houses. So we've got all of these goals. So what I want you to do is create a SMART goal framework. The SMART goal framework, and a lot of people know this, a lot of people don't. But if you sit down and you write it down, this is what SMART stands for. Okay, it's going to be specific. That's going to be the S. The M is going to be measurable. The A is going to be achievable. The R is for relevant. The T is going to be for it being time bound, meaning have a deadline, having deadlines. Yep. And that is your SMART goal setup. So for the person that says they want one house, let's be specific, right? Start writing down the location, not just I want to have a house. Let's talk about the location. Let's talk about the number of bedrooms that fit your budget, right? So you're going to start identifying the key things that make this thing specific to you. What does your budget look like to be able to sustain it if you don't have a resident in it? That's one of the things you're going to allocate to that S, right? Because we're going to be specific in our ask. Our ask is you're wanting to get that one house. That other person is saying they're wanting multiple houses. So think of this at the same time, right? If you're saying 3 houses, you're going to do the same thing. What size? How many bedrooms? What area? What's going to be your budget? Your Your estimated budget. We're not talking about concrete numbers. We're talking about your estimated budget so that you can effectively run a business for at minimum 6 months without it closing down because you cannot afford it. That's going to be your SMART. Okay. That's going to be your specific, excuse me. Now, measurable. Again, this is where we're going to start looking at those numbers. How and break down the numbers. Find out what it will cost on it, even if you're looking at your own home for a light bill. Look at the number of rental incomes in that specific area. Like, think of how many places are you seeing in that specific number that you identified in your specific section that are available. So let's make sure that that is achievable, right? And you're not just throwing darts at a wall and missing the target. You want to make sure that that number is achievable in your market. Okay. The next thing is going to be make sure it's relevant. Make sure it makes sense. In other words, this goal supports your revenue for growth, and it's going to help you position yourself with brand visibility. So what are you going to do to make sure that this goal is obtained, right? Does this matter to my business? That's going to be one of the questions you're going to ask. Does it align appropriately with the end goal of my ILF? If you're doing coaching and Derrick says, listen, the most feasible in your area is about a 4-bedroom and you're looking at a 2. Now we're going to come back to that relevance, right? Is it relevant because of the other things that you've placed in that SMART goal? And the T is the time. Let's put deadlines to things. Like, what time frame do you give yourself to get out there and meet housing providers? How are you going to, what's your goal? And how I want to be in the face of 10 different organizations within the first 30 days of having my LLC. That's giving yourself a deadline. If you don't meet that deadline, it's time to reassess, because it's going to all be systematically in place to align with that SMART goal. So that's the quick rendition of that. I hope it helps, but I tell anybody, go online. You can find some amazing SMART goal charts that'll help you chart it. There's some amazing tools that you can use that'll help you write that vision, because without writing this stuff down, it's literally going to be not impossible. It just makes it harder for you to meet the goal, to meet the target, if you do not write the vision and make it plain. Right? The word tells us if we write the vision, make it plain, that he that readeth it can run with it. So now you have something that you are constantly looking at. You are constantly evaluating. A part of that T needs to be timely check-ins. You want to check in with yourself at least once. If it's once a day, make it once a day. If it's once a week, make it once a week, to make sure that you are actually moving in the direction of that goal that you want to set. A lot of times where we fail to accomplish our goals is that we don't sit down and write them out and plan them out. And this is for any entrepreneur. I don't care if you have a small little side hustle or you are looking to, expand your current business that you have. Do this. And the SMART goal acronym and that process is very, very, it's not tedious, but it's going to cause you to think and put steps into the process so that you can make it to the goal line. And you're not just going to do this once, you're going to do it consistently. Every time you meet a goal, it's time to create another one. And that's what you're going to do as an entrepreneur. So whether it's retirement, what does that look like? Whether it's multiple houses, what does that look like? Whether it's starting an LLC, what does that look like? Give yourself a goal, a budget for it. Find out all of that information, itemize it, document it, and now move into it step by step and be successful with it.
I love it. And guys, that is SMART goals. And as soon as we come back from commercial break, I want Shay or somebody to help us type it in the chat, because that's some good stuff and somebody gonna miss it. So I want to make sure that we spell the acronym out for SMART goals, and we'll be right back.
Yeah.
Hey, what's going on, family? I hope you guys are enjoying this show. But just in case if you was wondering, how in the world do we rent these properties or lease them? And what does the conversation sound like that we're telling the homeowner to convince them to rent their house to us? That's one of the biggest things in this business, and I want to give it to you. So text the word PURPOSE, PURPOSE, to the phone number 407-326 0086. And we're going to give you the exact guide to what we say, how do we dress, how do we find them, everything you need to know in terms of to get your first property. We put it in the ebook. And again, it's called The Pursuit of Purpose and Profit. Text the word purpose to 407-326-0086. And we'll see you on the other side of success.
All right. So guys, I'm going to do this one more time. So for those of you that are not, knowledgeable of SMART goals or have heard it, but never utilized it, don't know how you would implement it in the space of your ILF or any type of business you're operating. I'm going to break it down so that you all have it. Perfect. Viola Lewis. Thank you. SMART goals. So the first thing we're going to do, and I'm going to break this down for the entrepreneur. Okay. So S is going to be specific. So meaning be very clear. We're going to be very clear about what we want to do and what our goal is, right? What end are we trying to reach? And as a beginner, your goal should be focused on one outcome at a time. So what is the one thing I need right now to move forward? So you get it? What is the one thing I need right now to move forward? Is it setting up the business? Is it getting your first customer? Is it setting up your social media? Or is it just simply creating an offer? Like, what are you offering, right? So those are some of the things that can identify as the S, okay? For M, measurable, keep it simple. If you can't measure it, you won't know it worked. I'm going to say that again. If you cannot measure it, you will not know that it worked. Now, how would you do that? Let's do it. One client. Is it $100? Is it a dollar amount that you earned? Is it 10 posts that you posted and published and you're seeing the traction from those posts? 5 discovery calls. Like, did you get any calls from case managers?
Right.
Even if they weren't good fits. So those are the things that are measurable, right? It tells you if what you're doing to get to that end goal is working. And now let's go to achievable. And they always say start small. Okay. For the new entrepreneurs, this does not need, you don't need huge goals. Make $1 million. Don't do that. That can be a goal, but that is not going to be this goal for today, because we got to know how to handle that $1 million. Yeah. And you got to know how to handle that $1 million when you get there. Let's become a thousandaire first and make sure we can manage that thousandaire status and then keep pushing that goal a little farther. Not saying that being a millionaire is not a great goal, but you've got to make sure you get the steps in place to get there. If you've never been 100,000aire, you won't know what to do with $1 million, right? So let's talk about achievable. For the new entrepreneurs, again, it doesn't need to be huge. It's just a simple win that shows that you're moving in the right direction. Now, what can you ask yourself? Is it achievable? The first thing is, can I realistically do this with what I know today? Can I realistically do this? Can I start an ILF realistically with what I know today? Okay.
A lot of you all know, because a lot of you guys are so new to us, and you're like, a lot of y'all are even saying it in the chat, right? So if you don't know what to do, I'm going to say no to that. Get some good coaching first. Get some guidance. And for a lot of you guys, it's going to be watching our original webinar.
And that's part of it. Okay. That's part of it. So if that answer to that question is no, and you have questions, then you need to find mentors. You need to find consultants and coaches, courses, right? These are the things that will help you get to that place of knowledge, obtaining knowledge to do so. On another hand, it can be, are you consistent in your posting, right? Have you reached out to those five hospitals and reached someone finally? Those are going to be some of the things that you're going to look at for achievability. Okay. And then R, is it relevant? Right goal, right time. Your goal should match your current stage, not someone else's highlighted reel. You like that?
Say it again.
Your goal should match your current stage and not someone else's highlight reel.
Perfect. Love it.
So you want to make sure that it is relevant, that what you're doing in this goal that is smart is making sure that it is relevant to where you are in your stage and where you are going, not what you see Derrick and I doing with multiple houses, you know, all of this other businesses, all of that stuff. Keep it relevant to where you currently are and where you are wanting to go. Okay. At one step at a time. Early stage priorities, learning how to sell, getting feedback, building confidence, creating consistent habits. I actually did a podcast with a young lady here in Orlando about habits and how they can make you or break you. They can build a business or tear a business down. And that is something that you all have to realize. That being an entrepreneur comes with consistency and habits. You have to form habits that will build you and not break you, and build up your business and not tear it down. Okay. And so T, again, having timetables, having deadlines, and making sure that you reach them. All right. Not saying that everybody's first time doing this SMART goal is successful, but if you start the process, it is easy to go back, reevaluate, and re-implement. And that's a habit that you'll need to learn and be consistent with in order to be a good entrepreneur, because entrepreneurs are always pivoting. We are always pivoting, folks, because you're going to always find something that needs to be fixed in order for it to work better and bring you a better outcome. So that's my thing for SMART goals. I'll do another teaching on that and go a lot deeper. Do that in either ILF Family Talk, or I may do it in the new community, in the ILF Academy Elite.
Absolutely. Every time Shay does that, people love that. So put a number 10 in the
and
chat.
I'll go a lot
like
deeper. And like for the ILF Elite or our ILF Family Talk, what I'll do is I'll base it around, I'll have you all kind of give me your goals, and we'll walk through what your SMART goals should look like. And we'll do it together. So that way you don't feel so overwhelmed by it. I know this is something that we did significantly in corporate. We had to, especially when I did big projects and building projects and construction projects and articles and stuff like that. So that's what we did. And that's how I broke down any presentation that I did at a AORN conference or anything like that. We used the SMART Goal platform.
Good stuff. Put a number 10 in the chat if you guys enjoyed that. Or
I got a lot of 10s. Thank you, guys.
Somebody put a 20 in. I mean, that she double liked it.
I appreciate it.
So put a number 10 in the chat if you appreciate that standpoint of what that means and how you can apply it. And at this point, I also want to introduce a lot of you guys are so new to us. And I saw a comment about somebody that needs the coaching. She's got a house but can't afford it. Well, for one, I want to make sure that you understand that we also offer financing, but we also got an elite ILF Academy group for $5 a month. So if you can't afford our coaching, here's a Christmas gift to you, and Christmas is over with. We started a group, y'all, that should be $500 a month, but I'm so crazy like that, and I want to give so much value. I started a group, y'all, for $5 a month. And inside of that group already is the masterclass that I taught for 4 hours. And if you want to be specific, it was 3 hours and 58 minutes. But guys, that was a lot of coaching that if you had my one-on-one coaching, that's it. Yeah. So what I will coach you over your life's span, guys, I did that in 3 hours and 58 minutes. So if you real smart, you join that group. So every one of y'all, all 65 of y'all in here, should text the word 5, F-I-V-E, to this phone number, not the chat. Don't send it to me, but text the word 5 to 407-326-0086. Guys, I taught a master class of how to start it, how to scale it, how to grow it. Not a question in your brain that you can think of that's not in that class. Yeah. So please, right now, 65 of y'all, text the word 5, F-I-V-E, to 407-326-0086, and that's how you join that group. And I'll admit, I say this all the time, and I'm serious about this. If you won't invest $5 in yourself, you're the person we're trying to avoid, actually. Because with this new group, Shay and I are starting a whole thing, a whole foundation, and the people that are in that group, that's who we're going to build it with. Yeah, and I'm looking for people that don't mind investing in themselves. And guys, $5 a month is 16 cents a day. Yeah. So one more time, really slowly, text the word 5 to 0086. I'm gonna let Shay hop back in. I want to come back in on that because some of y'all gonna miss it, so I want to repeat it.
My
Go ahead,
baby
Shay.
sweating.
It's hot in here, actually.
Listen, so and for those of you that are already under our one-on-one coaching, you should have already received access. Go into your portal at portal.forstonconsultants.com. Log in with your user information, and your community does pop up. So, and the other thing is, you can actually download the Go Collab app, and you can have it as an application. Your community will be in your app on your phone as well.
So
but make sure you're
okay.
using, sorry, I just thought about this. Make sure you're using the same email that you're using with us at Forston Consultants when you do sign up for Go Collab. So that way you can get just that in the app, in the app store, download it, and it's there. Pretty soon it'll be a Forston Consultants app that'll be listed, and that's what your Go Collab will look like in the future.
So for Miss Faith, no, you already got the link to join that group like 2 weeks ago. So if you're an IMB member, you're just grandfathered into it. But everybody else, that's gonna cost you $5. And guys, that's 16 cents a day. And I know I talk fast and sometimes I stutter. So let me slow this down to make sure you all get this. I specifically built this group for people that maybe can't afford the coaching and you still want a bunch of information. So all I'm asking for you to do is pay $5 a month to invest in yourself. That $5 ain't going to me in my pocket. $5 ain't gonna change my life, y'all. But if you get it, inside of it is the ILF Masterclass. I also did the HRA Masterclass. And guys, I never give that stuff to just what I'll call outside people. So that's why I created this special exclusive group. And I said to my team, I said, guys, we want to find people that want to invest in themselves. Because one day, y'all, my free Facebook group may disappear. That's the whole purpose of it. Right now, guys, we're close to 18,000 people in our free ILF Academy. And it's called the ILF Academy. Go join it. It's free. But that group, we're turning everybody into the $5 group if you want to invest in yourself and go a little bit deeper. Now, if you don't want that, no problem. You just stay over there in the free one. But I'm telling you, there's a great chance in 4 to 5 months, that free group may disappear. So I want all 18,000 of y'all to go over there and join that group. And what's cool about it, the people that don't want to, they're already telling me that they don't want to build with us. And I appreciate that. And that's fine. But for people that are in your respective cities, and one more time, everybody put in the chat, where are you located, city and state? Guys, I don't live in Atlanta, Georgia. I don't live in California. I don't live in Nevada. I don't live in Maine, Boston, New York, Jersey, Virginia. But some of y'all do. And that's who we're going to build this association around.
Correct.
Because God is blessing us so much, y'all, and we can't house everybody. So when we having these big meetings and people say, well, Derrick, what about Virginia? What about Tennessee? What about Vermont?
We can pick up the phone.
That's where we're going to lean on y'all. And for $5 a month, you are who we're leaning on. So I'm looking for the guy that says, why he got to charge $5? You who I'm trying to get rid of. I don't want to work with you. And some of y'all think that's mean, but I don't want to work with nobody that will spend 16 cents a day for the thing God told you to do. Even Shay get a little squirmy when I talk like that. Guys, I am so serious about that. I don't hide that for 2 seconds. If you don't want to spend 16 cents on the thing God told you, not Derrick, not your home girl, most of y'all claim God put this in your heart. And you can't find 16 cents a day to be a part of that, I'll admit, I'm trying to avoid you. I don't want to build with that kind of person or mentality. And that may sound mean to some of y'all, but that's just how serious I am about building where we're going.
Yeah.
Guys, I can't house everybody. And God has blessed it so much now, well, I'm going to have to lean on y'all.
And I love it. And I'll say it like this too. And part of it is because we've trademarked independent living facilities, and we've seen a lot of the things that are happening on social media with people claiming to be under the ILF, under our coaching, and utilizing the term and the verbiage. And it's nowhere near like what we provide. It's nothing like the quality, the aesthetic, the just in general, the heart for God's people, that we want to deter people from utilizing the name and not being under the umbrella of the actual trademarked independent living facility academy coaches, in the independent living facility coaching. and the founders, right? So we're trying to weed that out, because the goal is to make sure that we're not going into other states. Because let me tell you something, all it takes is for one person to do it so bad that your states, your city officials look at you and despise what you do and completely write you off and get you shut down. And it only takes that one person. And it could be 50 million other people that are doing it correctly. And that's why we're building an association for all of the individuals that we know are doing it correctly. They'll be monitored by those point people in their states to help make sure that we are operating with integrity and really making an impact, not just an income. The goal here is to make an impact in changing the lives of others. And we want to do that ethically. We want to do it with love and with kindness, and making sure that we are doing it the right way. So that's the reason behind what we're doing.
Yep, absolutely. So guys, again, man, congratulations to all of you guys that are getting it. I see a ton of y'all even getting it right now. So congratulations for you all. And again, man, this was for people that said, well, Derrick, I ain't got $5,000 to pay you. Derrick, I don't got $7,500 for your one-on-one coaching. Guys, the next best thing is to join us 7 days a week right here for free. Join that $5 group. And one day, invest in yourself and either get the DIY or the one-on-one coaching. So there's a lady in the chat that was saying, do we offer anything else? Absolutely. I got some people that are like me. They're a little bit hard-headed and want you to hold their hand, right? I joke and tell y'all all the time, that's for the one-on-one coaching. But we also got DIY. So if you guys go to forstonconsultants.com, you guys can see all the package that we offer. And there's only 3 of them, really. DIY, which means do it on your own. One-on-one coaching means you get me as your big brother, and then the legacy builder, that's our white glove service. That's an application and a phone call interview. You just can't buy that one. That was $20,000, right? But the first 2 is where most of y'all are going to fall at. So one more time, we do offer one-on-one coaching. And I've been saying this all year long, y'all. That changes January 1st. So all year long, if you're new to us, we've had our coaching on sale. It's always been $7,500. We dropped it to $4,997 all year. And literally, I think I coached the last family today. So if Lise and Elizabeth is on here, shout me out. You guys, I think, are the last people that are enrolling into the coaching. Yeah. Now, let some of y'all hear this tonight and you want to get in.
They got what?
Literally, guys, January the 1st, it goes back to $7,500.
It is 2 days.
Y'all admit, it's a steal at that price. Right? For what this business does for you, if somebody showed me something that costs $7,500, but I can make $6,000 a month once I'm up and running, $5,000 a month once I'm up and running, to me, that's a no-brainer of a business. Yeah. And if you don't know business, that don't even make sense to you. But if I can make a one-time investment in the coach for $7,500 and I can make $4,000, $6,000, $7,000 a month, that's with just 1 or 2 houses. Yep. Never mind getting 4, 5, 6 houses, game over. So I said this a while ago. So, 1 house would change your perspective. 2 houses would change your finances. 4 houses will create generational wealth.
Yeah, absolutely.
Shay, hop in.
Yeah. So I don't know if you answered this because I've been too busy sipping my tea over here and answering questions. How much is the one-on-one coaching? Did you answer that for Miss Mary Daniels?
One-on-one coaching for now is still $4,997. But January 1st, it goes back to what it's always been at $7,500. And that's actually if I even offer it. I've been teetering with even offering one-on-one coaching moving forward. Now, we will do a lot of what I call my group coaching because we're just getting so busy, y'all. My one-on-one time is just kind of not probably going to be that. I've been doing one-on-one coaching for over 8-9 years now. And I called it out years ago. I said, one day, I'm not going to always do one-on-one coaching. Because, guys, quite frankly, that takes up my whole life. Monday through Friday, sometimes 6-7 days a week, I'm running this big mouth coaching.
Correct.
I want to turn it into more of a group setting now to where we're learning together. So if you meet me January 1st, you're going to probably fall into my group cohort, which is still going to be great. It just ain't what I used to do for the last 8 or 9 years where you get me one-on-one. But if you get in right now today, guys, it's only $4,997. That's $3 away from $5,000, and my team cover the tax.
Derrick, when the clock strikes midnight.
In fact, the team is already kind of built the new stuff. They're just waiting to hit the button on January. Yeah. But that's no bragging point. That ain't me trying to be all. I called this out years ago. In January of This year, I said, you know what, guys? I'm going to drop all my prices. I'm going to help a bunch of y'all. And that's when we went live 7 days. So even if you can't afford that, guys, I'm live 7 days a week here. There isn't a question in your brain that you can think of that's not on my channel.
Yeah.
And that's not in that $5 group. So if you do nothing else, guys, join that $5 group. Because if you don't do that, you don't want it.
I'll say this too, like the $5 group, we're actually sitting down and we're talking about some of the things that we're going to teach in that group. That, like I said, the ILF Academy that's on Facebook, that's just a whole bunch of people giving a lot of insight. We do have moderators, admins that are pull down stuff that
I'm going to talk about that too.
You know, there are people that will pull down stuff that's not relevant, because like that group, if we see anybody trying to sell services or anything like that in that group, we decline that, because we want to make sure that you all are safe, that you all aren't being propositioned in your DMs to make a purchase or anything like that. If our team, like prime example, I think our team is telling somebody check their DM, make sure that you're just sending them a link.
My assistant kicked out 8 people today. So prime example, because I'm gonna give y'all the raunchy version. Shay makes it pretty. Don't be in that group trying to sell stuff. Don't sell your services. Don't be talking about go to so-and-so because she helped me. Don't do that in my group. My team gonna kick you out.
Right.
If you real smart, you learn to be an affiliate of us and make 40% of it.
Yeah.
And that's what just hurts my heart. 98% of y'all don't understand what an affiliate is. Every day in the ILF Academy, 50 people come in and say, I don't know where to start. I need a mentor. And y'all give y'all own responses. Guys, become an affiliate, send them my webinar, and when they buy the coaching, you get 40% of it.
Correct.
Oh, that's so, I just wish y'all understood that. So some of y'all literally be in the group.
Said, don't be disrespectful.
And some of y'all do give advice and be trying to help, but why not help where the help is?
Yeah.
Me and Shay. And what's cool is if you become an affiliate, click, once you get the website it generates for you, you're going to click webinar. Copy that URL and send that to them, because my system will see, oh, Miss Mary sent that webinar to Miss Janice. And when Janice buys, Mary, I pay you 40%. So my one-on-one coaching right now at the $4997.
Yeah.
If you refer somebody, I give you $2,000. Yep. If you sell my legacy product, I give you $8,000. See how that works? So don't be so quick just to answer the question. Say, girl, you know what? You should watch Derrick Forston's webinar. Here it is below. But let it be your link, not mine. Because I want you to get the credit.
Somebody said you can't forget about we can't forget about the Digital Flow Solutions offer. No, you can't. Like that's something that we're like, honestly, tomorrow I'm excited. Somebody talked about Digital Flow Solutions, so I'm gonna go there real quick. So Digital Flow Solutions is the platform that runs all of our businesses. It does everything. It houses our websites, it houses all of our forms and our
Shay's gonna do a video on that, and that's gonna go in that $5 group, because so many of y'all be prime example. There was a post today. Somebody was like, where y'all getting y'all website built at? Now, my team member had grace on y'all because a lot of y'all refer other people. Y'all gave other ideas. She left it. Frankly, she was supposed to delete all of y'all, because why wouldn't you leave them to Digital Flow Solutions and get paid? So again, we're going to teach an affiliate class. So, Faith, you did this actually too, Faith. Faith, there was somebody in that chat and asked the question, and you just said, hey, go watch the webinar from Derrick. Faith, that was good. But why not become an affiliate?
She's got to get
your webinar link so that when they buy my product, I pay you 40% of it.
So Mary Daniels just said the link I got shows 404 page not found. Can you let me know what link that is? Because I don't know if Jen's helping her. Is Jen, text me in your GC if you're helping this Miss Daniels.
And what link are you
referring
to get? Is that the $5 group or the something else? Because if you just text 5 to that phone number, that's how you get that.
Yeah, or even
so what are you referring to actually?
And you can even text what's going on, Miss Mary, to that 407-326-0086 phone number, so that one of our team members can help you now. Our AI assistant may try to chime in, but one of them will intercept it and get to you.
So far, guys, I want to get a temperature of the room real quick. So far, do you guys understand what we're saying about being an affiliate, and also carrying yourself accordingly in these groups. Guys, you can't come into a group and try to sell your services. My team gonna kick you out. They've been trained for that. So don't do that. Refer back into us, especially if you believe in us. Right? Why would you offer somebody else's or your service in a group that you didn't create? Guys, I've been kicked out of a bunch of groups. Why do you think I built my own?
Yeah.
So a lot of what y'all do, I kind of get it because I've done that. I would join 10 groups a day and post all of my stuff, and they would kick me out all the time. I said, you know what? I'm tired of this. I'm finna build my own group.
Yeah.
And now here we are, 18,000 people later that are in that group, and 1,000 people join the group every 6 days. So again, guys, please become an affiliate and get paid for giving your information out. I hope y'all understand that.
Giving our information.
Yeah, excuse me, our information. But I got a good feeling y'all still know.
Okay, so let's
I'm going to teach a class on it.
We're going to teach a class on that.
In that group.
But what I want to talk about too, because I think a lot of people, let's go to goals, because we're in that season where everybody's talking about goals, where everybody's talking about, other forms or other sources of income. And you just hit on something, affiliate sales. People don't realize the importance or the magnitude of affiliate sales and being able to obtain a lucrative income from it, and how to do that. And what we are going to do, and I think I'm going to do it in the $5. I think I'm going to do it in the ILF Academy Elite, which is our ILF, the $5 community. I'm going to do a live in that community to discuss affiliate sales.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't have to just be Forston Consultants. A lot of times what people don't realize is you advocate for a lot of organizations or companies, and they have these affiliate partnerships where you can gain an income just by being a referral source. It's just like being an HRA, right? The same thing. It's like being an affiliate. That person didn't know how to get get the resident. You knew how to get the resident. You got the phone call. They have the house. You now give them the opportunity to house somebody, and you obtain a sale, a financial reimbursement for that. And that's the same thing with affiliate sales, right? It's the exact same method, same model. You may know of this product or service that you love, you admire, you swear by, and you can now post it on your social media. You can send out email campaigns about it. You can have people connect with you to learn more. And then you can now get them to cross the finish line and purchase the product, and you get the commission for it. So those are other streams of income that you can actually bring in for yourself. A lot of people don't realize this, the lucrative, how lucrative it is. You see a lot of these big brands, you see YouTube stars, your TikTok, your TikTokers, all of these individuals are affiliate salespeople, and they're making a great return on investment because all they're utilizing is the platform that they have or their sphere of influence, the people that they're around, and they share the word on what they're doing. And that is also an opportunity for another mode or vehicle of income. So that is something that we're going to educate on from not the ILF coaching, from a business coaching perspective, because I think a lot of people want to start a business and they don't. I think starting an affiliate sales partnership is the easiest business to start.
Very much so. Because
you know why?
The person's done all the work. You're just offering.
You have no skin in the game.
None. You're just offering.
You have no skin in the game. You can't fail.
And I told you guys, like, we have a lady that makes $6,000 a month from us. All she does is take that URL from the webinar that you get when you get that generated link.
Yeah.
So prime example, if 55 of y'all will do this right now, and I'll talk slow, text the word affiliate, AFFILIATE. Text affiliate to 407-326-0086. That starts you becoming an affiliate.
Correct.
You got to fill out that form, which is called a W-9, which means when I pay you, I can prove that you done the work and that you got to pay taxes on all of that money that you're going to make in Jesus' name.
Right.
And when you become affiliate, it's going to generate a website that says Forston Consultants / your name.
Yeah.
Click on webinars, and I will copy that URL and I'll put that on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Chatter, Pinterest, YouTube. send it to your whole phone list.
Yeah.
And here's the words for it. I'll even give you the words. Have you ever wanted to house people, make a bunch of money while doing God's will? Watch this webinar because it'll change your life.
And the powerful thing about it, Derrick,
and that webinar redirects and tells my system and my team that you sent the link. Because remember, it's going to say forstonconsultants.com/Renee Wilson. Renee, you get credit for that.
Yeah. So, okay, so that's a goal, right? A goal is an alternative stream of income, right? That's a lot of goals for a lot of people. The other goal I want to talk about, Derrick, is expanding. So for those of let's go with consistency first. Let's go with consistency. This year, I want people to be more consistent in their messaging. Make that a goal that you're being more consistent in being present for your business. To being more consistent in being strategic about your brand, knowing what your brand looks like, knowing how to represent your brand on social media, knowing how to promote your brand. And that's going to take consistency. So those are some of the things that have been goals for us. And we've done a lot of redirecting, recreating, just doing a whole bunch of okay, to make things better in efforts to expand. So let me go back to some of the goals that are in here, because we had a lot of people put goals. Let me go back.
That person from Coconut Creek, is that Lise and Elizabeth? That's who I coached today from Coconut Creek, Florida. I wonder if that's them. Let me know in the chat.
So let's talk about it. Some of the goals that you all have, put them in the chat, because the chat is so many people communicating in the chat. I can't even find them. But talk about some goals. And Derrick, let's talk about some ILF specific goals. What are some ILF specific goals that you have on your agenda for 2026? ILF specific.
My ILFs are pretty stable. I would like to, because I have a good feeling that President Donald Trump is going to do something really crazy with the interest rates on real estate.
Yeah.
I'm looking to buy probably another property next year. Mm-hmm. We rent and we lease a lot of properties, but when you can buy them, it's just better. And for you guys that didn't know it, Shay and I are commercial loan brokers. We do something that's called asset-based lending.
Yeah.
So when you want to buy an investment property, you can also come and see us. Now, if you want to buy a house for you and your husband and your 3 kids, I can't help you.
Right.
That's a real estate agent. I'm a mortgage loan broker that does asset-based lending, meaning I don't care about your credit. I don't care about your job. I don't care about your tax return. We only care about the property that's going to be making the money. That's why they call it asset-based lending. So as long as you got 20% to go down on that property, you pretty much qualify.
Correct.
We do something that's called a DSCR loan. It stands for debt service coverage ratio. That's what we do. So if you want to buy an investment property, you can come through us. If you want to buy for you and your kids and your husband, I can lead you to somebody else, because you can't run an ILF out of that. I saw another comment today that went a little left. Some lady jumped in, and I think she meant well, but she was telling you guys that buying a house is better than leasing or renting. And she was talking about an FHA loan. First of all, you can't get that loan and do a business in it. So
absolutely
that's wrong.
Not.
And I don't think that's kind of where she was going, but it came off like that. So a lot of people, the way they responded was, girl, you can't do that.
Right.
So again, if you want a property to make money out of, Airbnb, group home, ILF, I can help you.
Now,
but one more time, it's for you and your kids. That's for a real estate agent.
Now let's talk about this. If it's a multi-family, like a duplex or a quadplex, you can go FHA. You can go first-time home buyers, because you can utilize the other, but you still have to live in one of the units.
It's got to be your primary.
You got to make one of the units your primary. Yeah. So in that aspect, correct. But in just a standard single-family home, heck no, you can't go. Don't do it. So someone, who was it? Coach Coach Drina official says, "Are we still live? I had to step off." Yes, we are here.
yeah.
It is 8:05
You
p.m.
see me? We're here.
We are here.
We're live.
We are still here. We are live.
We are live.
So
what are some goals that
so
you
I love this. So check this real quick, just to segue. Faith said, Hermie just told me I have 6 clicks on affiliate link. Gonna follow up. Perfect. Like that's why you guys have the dashboard.
Especially if you got a VA.
So I love that. Yeah, that's true too. But some of the goals I have, I'm gonna go back to goals. All right. Sorry, Derrick. I'm all over the place. I'm excited because I haven't seen y'all in a couple of days. Some of the goals I have, I would love to start getting into building. I would love to look at some multifamily and start scaling. Derrick knows that it's been a big dream of mine to I would love to own like a small community, like commercial complex, housing with I would love 100 doors. So my goal, not saying that's going to happen this year, but I am going to start writing my SMART goal to get to that place. Looking for partners, looking for investors and stuff like that to help position me. But like I said, I would love to start with, if I can start with 20 doors, I'm going to start with 20. But I would love to at least.
That's too small, actually.
I know, but it's a start though. I'm going to think big. That's just my start, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm looking at it from a SMART goal perspective. Because I want to make sure that I manage it well.
Let your husband and your coach step in for 2 seconds. So according to my coaching, when it comes to real estate and multifamily, the smallest you probably want to start at is like a 32 unit. Now, are there 4-unit buildings? Yes. But my coach says, why do that when the 32 is just as easy?
Yeah. That's true.
So I do follow
so 32
for multifamily.
So I've been corrected by my coach, guys. 32
Especially
doors.
For where we live at. You're not going to find a 20.
Yeah.
Where we live at, you may find a 4 and it's going to jump to 32.
Yeah.
Right?
Can I tell on us for a second?
Sure.
So during COVID, guys.
We'd love to be transparent.
During COVID, we had the prime opportunity. But we were so green in our real estate venture that we didn't do it, but we were already doing the ILF. We had 15 ILFs at the time. And we were like, dang, man, going to each of these houses every day it became a whole full-time job. Okay. But ultimately we got wind of a property. It was an old motel in an area that was premier. And they only wanted, they didn't even want $1 million for it. It was like what? It was like 600,000 or
Which
something.
Property you referring to?
The little motel, the one
off of that lake.
No, the one in St. Cloud. You don't remember?
No.
Oh my God! How you know?
Go ahead.
I think they wanted like 600 or 700,000 for this place. It was already grandfathered into all of the old code and everything. It was pristine, ready to go. And we drug our feet because out of fear and just not really knowing a lot about the financial aspect of it, and lost it. And I think it was 10 doors. It was 10 doors, 10 or 15 doors, and had a main house, beautiful main house. Remember the pool on the back? You have to remember this place.
I kind of don't. I don't remember.
Oh my God, who took us? I can't remember who took us, but one of our realtors took us, and we walked it. We prayed about it, everything. I don't know how you forgot this, but anyway, it was right. It was in St. Cloud, but we lost it, guys. We literally lost it because we were green. But I'm excited because it opened up our eyes to start doing more research and to get better educated on going that route. But yeah, that's me telling on us for the day. All right. So
let's go into some questions. There was a lot of questions that I saw in the chat earlier. I want to try to tackle a few of those. So if you just joined us or if you've been on for a while and all of what we said, if it's kind of spurred a question, let us know. Put it in the chat because what we'll do is we'll just read from the bottom up. I don't want to try to find it. So right now, if you have a question, go ahead and put it in the chat. Let's take a really quick commercial break and we'll be right back.
I hope you guys are enjoying the information and we super appreciate you guys being here. Don't forget though, if you want to be an affiliate of what we do to get 40% of it, make sure you guys text the word affiliate to 407-326-0086. And remember, I pay 40% of whatever you sell.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. So there's a question in the chat that I see. What forms do you use, Derrick, an intake form for shelter or by another name. So yeah, so some people call it intake. In fact, my brother used to always call it intake. I call it an assessment.
Yeah.
So you can call it whatever you want to, but for us, we just call it a series of questions that allow you to make a sound decision. We also have a bunch of other paperwork that goes along with it. The cool part about my coaching, I give it to you. So if you're new to us, you don't know this, but I went through a $40,000 lawsuit live on TV, Channel 8 News.
Yeah. Yeah.
And when my lawyer and God and I got together, that joker charged me $8,000 to build the paperwork. Guys, I give y'all that in my coaching.
Yeah.
My paperwork alone is worth more than the coaching I charge for. So that's why we always say that our coaching is a no-brainer. My lawyer charged me $8,000, and my whole coaching package is $5,000. Can you do the math on that? So even in the new year, when it goes to $7,500, my paperwork is still worth more than the coaching. So my paperwork alone, guys, will get a lot of y'all out of trouble, keep you out of jail and off the Channel 8 News. Because quite frankly, guys, I'm just like most of y'all. I didn't know what I was doing in the beginning. Had a big heart for people. I wanted to help.
Yeah.
I was only making $28,000 a year. And God showed me a lady that was housing people in rats and roaches, sleeping on the kitchen floor. And she was making $41,000 a month, housing people in this stuff. Can y'all see this screen? So when I saw it, to me, I said, man, this is going to be a no-brainer.
Mhm.
This girl make $41,000 a month, housing people in roaches and rats, and beds are on the floor.
Yeah.
Man, I'm finna become a gozillionaire. Because
Not a
first of all, I got a
gozillionaire.
good heart. And what I love about it too, y'all, even though it's a business, this is actually ministry. Guys, I didn't have to be a pastor, a bishop, or a priest to do God's will.
Yeah.
That's why this business makes so much sense. Because Derrick didn't say it, but the Bible says the poor and needy will always be among us.
Yeah.
The Bible also says that when you do unto the least of thee, it's like you're doing it unto me. So who else you want to do a favor for? Why not let it be God? So again, if you love God, love people, and love real estate, and you refuse to do it the way you see on this screen, this is for you. But if you don't like people, you got a bad attitude, your expectations in business are too short, you want to be a gazillionaire by tomorrow, this is not for you actually. Because every business, no matter what it is, if you frying chicken, you bake cookies, or you housing people, it could take time to grow. Some of y'all want to get in this on a Monday and be successful by Friday. Don't work that way all the time. Now, some of y'all do get into it in 30, 60, and 90 days and be like, you look like us. Some of you guys, it may take a year, 6 months, 9 months. But if God told you to do it, time doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Time is not a factor when God's put a dream in the inside of you.
And Derrick, let me be honest.
You wait for it to come to pass.
And what I tell people all the time, a lot of times they get, they derail themselves because they're not implementing goals. They're not being strategic. They're not implementing smart goals. They're not making they're not implementing those steps to take off little chunks of the big old pie, right? Like they say, how you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. And a lot of times people want to look at the elephant. They want to see how they can fix their mouth to get the whole thing in their mouth to eat it. And it's impossible.
Yeah.
So don't do it. You've got to take chunks out of it day by day, moment by moment, and just really sit down and put your mind to it. So we've got questions coming in. Okay.
So one of the screen says, what will we learn in the group? How do get the second home and get the first one ready? So your first step, Miss Audrey, if you've never met us, your first step is not even to worry about that group. I want you in it. But the first step is to watch our original webinar.
Yeah. That
breaks down everything. And it answers 90 to 95% of everybody's questions. And to watch that, because it's free, I give it to you. It's about a 55-minute teaching. It's a webinar. And you get it by texting these 2 words, more info. If you text more info to 407-326-0086. Again, don't put it in the chat. Don't text it to me because my system is automated. So when my system sees the 2 words, more info, it's going to spit out an automatic link.
Correct.
You click it, put your name, email address, phone number, bam. Sit down and watch it with you and your family. It'll change your life.
Oh, man.
And then you decide whether you want the one-on-one coaching or the DIY. And everybody should get the $5 group. Because again, if you can't afford $5, then what are we doing? We talking about building a multi-six-figure business. And for some of y'all, it's going to make y'all 7 figures. We got to figure out how to get $5 first, y'all.
Yeah.
If we can't get $5, I'll just be honest again, it's going to be hard for you. Because that means you're not thinking outside the box of how can I get 16 cents a day to make sure I'm in this group so that I do the thing God has told me to do. We live by a phrase that says procrastination is the arrogant assumption that God will give you more time for something he's already told you to act on. So don't procrastinate today.
Can I give a coaching moment right here? So the question was, how do I get house number 2 and get the first one ready? I will ask, is your phone ringing? Have you established, like here we're going back to SMART goals, right? Have we, are we set up in a way to where you're not trying to juggle 2 houses with no pool of resources? And that's where you make I'm going to say a illogical business decision. That is a poor business decision. Because if you don't have the supply, you don't have the demand for the supply, 9 times you've oversaturated your supply with minimal or no demand. You've now made a financial, you can enter into a financial collapse, and that's not going to be beneficial to your business bottom end, right? The goal is to make sure that you set up one home, get it, doesn't have to be full. If you're seeing that you're getting consistent phone calls coming in for assessments and you're filling those rooms fairly quickly, then you go ahead and start building for that additional asset or that additional home. What you don't want to do is oversaturate your own portfolio, whether it be rentals or purchasing properties, and not be able to fill them for the ILF model. And then you're sitting there looking like, well, y'all said we can do it and nobody did. I ain't did nothing. You've got to make sure that you're out there laying the groundwork. You never see a restaurant come into town and build a building without putting up a sign that says coming soon. That thing, we watched a Starbucks. It was a bank, right? It was a bank.
Mm-hmm.
They knocked the thing down to the foundation. And when they knocked it down, they had not laid one brick, but they had a big old billboard in the front. That coming soon.
Now
Starbucks. Starbucks. And guess when it said? 2024. It was like 2024. We were in 2023. But they knocked the building down. They told us what was coming. And they marketed. They sent things in our mailbox. We had things coming in our emails. We had things in our community newsletters about what's coming in 2024.
Yeah.
So think about it like that, right? Just because you're starting your own business venture, don't think small. If your big brands do it, you should do it too, right? Because it's a method that they've used that's been successful. So follow success.
Makes sense to me.
Follow success. Okay. So that's my thing for that. That's my coaching moment
really
for that.
Understand that everybody today should post tonight if you don't have it. Because this was me 10 years ago. What's up, Facebook family? Second Chance Housing to have its next facility in the next 30 days. Y'all, that wasn't true. I was speaking these things that be not as though they were.
Coming soon.
That's Bible.
That was your coming soon.
That's the Bible version of the Starbucks sign that says coming soon. Thank you, Shay. One more time. If you go on my Facebook page 9-10 years ago, you will see a post where I said, what's up, Facebook family? I'm so excited. Second Chance Housing will have its next facility in 90 days, 80 days, 50 days, 13 days. Guys, when I got to day 7, as I'm nervous and God ain't gave me a house yet, that's when I got that first house. That was in the cul-de-sac of 8 houses. He eventually gave me all of them. So I'm encourage y'all to use your tongue, speak by faith. Guys, we're spirit-led people here. We're God-led people. We believe in God. So speak it. Speak these things that you want to see before time. And the Bible says, call these things that be not as though they were. So somebody said, well, Derrick, you was lying. No, I wasn't. I was calling
It was
into
your coming
existence
soon.
of what I already wanted and what God already put in my heart.
It was coming soon.
And it was the coming soon.
Coming soon.
And on social media, one more time, hey guys, in 7 days, if you're a social worker or case manager, DM me because I'm doing an open house soon. Guys, I ain't had no open house ready. But what happens if I never put the word out, the coming soon, like Shay keep telling you?
Coming soon.
Will 5 of y'all do that tonight? Because some of y'all going to ignore this. Who are the 5 people that are speaking faith? And by tonight or tomorrow morning, before 10 a.m., you're going to put a poster that says, you probably didn't know this, but if you're a social worker or a case manager, we're getting ready to open up our next facility and you name the day.
Yeah.
When we do our live events, I make everybody actually write it down.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to pretend we're at a live event right now. And if you've experienced my live event, you know where I'm going.
Exactly.
We give all of y'all these trade cards that sit on your table that you put your name on it. On reverse of it, Jacksonville, Florida, I told you guys to write down how many days are you believing from today that God going to give you your first house.
Correct. And we have
Will y'all do that now?
Yeah.
Will 10 of y'all put, because 25 of y'all going to ignore this. Will 10 of y'all put in the chat right now, how many days are you expecting before God give you your first? Is it 90 days, 30 days?
I love
it.
Is
it 7 days? Is it 4 months? Be realistic. Shay talked about SMART goals.
I'm gonna do something
but
right
now.
now.
What will you use in faith? And I want 10 of y'all to do this right now. Put in the chat, how many days from today will you and God agree that you get the knowledge of what this is to get your first house to fill it full of great people?
You ready?
Go ahead, Shay.
I'm going to, the first person that puts it in the chat, I am going to set up your SMART goal. All right.
Ava
so
said 30 days.
So Ava, you got it. So grab a pen and a piece of paper, Ava. Ava Brackens, this is for you. So we're going to do, and Kamisha says 30. All right. So let's do this. So I'm going to do a SMART goal. Okay.
Aventine says 60. Bertie says, I claim 30 days, dear Lord, in Jesus' name. And I pray that for all of y'all. So make sure that all of y'all are in that $5 group. Make sure you join me 7 days a week. And if God has spoken to you and you got the means, get the coaching. Even if it's just the DIY. And we'll talk about the HRA later. But guys, even the DIY, what's cool about the DIY, my one-on-one coaching, it's the same material. It's just that my one-on-one people can call me. They can meet with me, Zoom me. I'll fly to y'all. But if you're outside of that, then that's meaning you can do it at your own pace. And a lot of our people are super successful with the DIY product because there's no difference. It's the same coaching. It's just me recorded on a screen. My one-on-one people can call me and get it live. That's the only difference. So depending on your learning style, and I'll admit, y'all heard me say this, I don't want your DIY. Every coaching I buy, I'm in 2 programs right now. I don't want the DIY. I want to be able to call that guy. So somebody said earlier, Derrick, who was your coach? Now, I'll admit, in the ILF, nobody, because I built it. God and me, and the Holy Spirit and Shay. Yeah. But now my business coaching, write this down because y'all can steal my coaches. Some of them I keep secret. Some of them I let it known just out loud. But my biggest coaches that guides me in business, not ILF, because ILF, guys, remember, I'm the trademark holder of it. Shay and I branded it, thought of it, created it. Yeah. So who was going to teach me? Nobody. So I'm the guy there. But my business coaching, Myron Golden, Myron, Russell Brunson, Alex Hermosi, those 3 people alone, like, doubled our income this year. Just from what they teach and what they do. Myron Golden, God-led man. Alex Hermosi mentions God a lot and talk about how we need to run business as Christians. Russell Brunson also mentions God a lot. These guys are millionaires where I want to be one day, so I follow them. Most of y'all want to be where Shay and I are, so you follow us. So there's levels to this, as they say. Some of my coaches make, hate to say it, but $100,000 a night presenting stuff. I'm trying to learn that. So why would I try to do that on my own when I don't know it? So all of my business stuff is from the coaches I just mentioned and 2 or 3 of them that are like secret.
Right, we don't.
And one of my other coaches, not even living today, is Dr. Miles Monroe. very much spirit, God led, passed away many years ago, but his words resonate through me today. And I learned a lot through his recordings, his books, his teachings. So one more time, if you're taking notes tonight, Myron Golden, Alex Hormozy, Dr. Miles Monroe, and Russell Brunson have framed my life. And God is above all of those guys because he created them. So God first. Make sense, everybody?
Yeah.
Let's put up another one.
Hold on. I want to do what I said I'm going to do, but
Make
real
sure
quick.
if you're not getting the messages that you don't have us on Do Not Disturb.
So
we see that a lot. People say, I didn't get the message. But you got us on D&D.
Coach Drina, do me a favor and text the word START to that phone number, 407-326-0086. A lot of times people opt out of texting and they won't get the same they won't get any text messages. So
Kamisha
just go
says,
ahead.
I got a house getting the floors done. Congratulations.
Yeah,
sis.
congratulations.
How many bed and bath, Miss Tilly?
All right, so ready for those of you that are I'm doing this for those that are put their dates when they want to get done. All right. So here's your SMART goal. For the S, for being specific, your step is to decide what or to, for one, acquire a property means to you, right? What does that mean? Is it going to be a rental? Is it going to be a purchase? Right? That's going to be your specific. That's where we're going to go. So if you're going to choose rent or own as your primary path, you want to keep the others as a backup. Keep the other one as a backup when that time comes to transition into one or the other. The next part you're going to do in S is you're going to, again, like we talked about earlier, you're going to choose the property style. Is it going to be a single family? Now, this is for the purchase, of course. Single family, multifamily, townhome, yada, yada, blah, 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 blah. Set your non-negotiables, right? It has to be a max of 3 bedrooms. It has to have a minimum of 2 bathrooms. Yeah, sorry, a minimum of 3 bedrooms.
4 2.
Right.
So at all costs, get a 4 2 if you can.
Right. So start identifying what your non-negotiables are. Then your next step again is going to be set your deal breakers. Is it going to be, for one of your deal breakers should be no HOAs, right? I'm giving you a hint on that one. No HOAs. That's going to be a deal breaker for you. Whether you like it or not, that is going to be your deal breaker.
No HOAs. I repeat that.
And then you're going to now write a statement of all of those little subjects that we just discussed. If you're going to rent, location, size, your minimum that you would accept, and then the max that you're going to accept. You're going to also write down what are your non-negotiables and what are your absolute deal breakers. It can be too high of a rent. It can be the location, like it can be whatever. If it's neighborhoods that you want to avoid like the plague, put them down as your deal breakers, your non-negotiables. Heck no, we will not go. Okay. And then you're going to write a specific statement. You're going to write that specific statement that's going to say, I'm going to acquire a 4-bed, 2-bath, single family for the renter, or for the person purchasing. You're going to put what you're looking at purchasing, and you're going to say it's going to be in this target area with this target price, with this target location, and that's going to be your statement of goal. That's going to be your specific S. That is going to be your S for your SMART goal, okay? Now, for the measurable aspect of it, we're going to put real numbers into action. And one, you're going to identify as, you're going to say, I'm going to identify X amount of properties every week, right? You're going to identify X amount of properties every week or every couple of days, you choose, right? You're going to make contact to X amount of those properties on X amount of days. You may get a list. You may say, I'm going to look for 15 properties a week. But out of those 15, I want to make contact with somebody at least to 5 of them, right? So that now, if none of those 5 work out, when you go back to reevaluate and readjust on your SMART goal, you can now start reaching out to the other set of individuals. All right, so that's going to be the one thing you do. Then you're going to say, okay, if I said 5 people, I want to at least do 5 walkthroughs, right? So these are the things that you can measure, right, in that time frame. I was able to do 5 walkthroughs. They were all duds, Derrick. Okay. Or I got 5 no's. Now we go back to the drawing board. And for achievable, you're going to set that A. Make sure you have a right now budget, because that's going to be that's what's going to make it achievable. Having the funds to do it. Right. So make sure that you have the finances available to move forward, because it doesn't make sense doing all of these other aspects of the SMART goal and then somebody give you a yes and you like, well, dang, where the money gonna come from? Right. So that's what makes it achievable, is having the finances to back it when looking for a house. Okay. And then again, make sure that all of those things that you are specifying are relevant to the ultimate goal and purpose of what you want this house to do. Defining what the property will be used for, and making sure that it meets the criteria, the parameters that you've identified before. And again, give yourself time frames. Give yourself deadlines to make these goals, and then constantly keep going back and reevaluating or reassessing or recreating those goals, that same goal, just so until you reach it. And you may have to do this 10 times till you reach the victory in saying, I achieved this goal. So again, I hope that helped. Let me know if that was beneficial to you all. And for those of you that you want to do it in 30 days, then your measurable action steps that you need to take need to be faster and larger in number, right? Because you've shortened your time. So instead of saying, I need 10 houses that I'm going to identify, you may want to identify 30 in a week.
Yeah.
And then start saying, okay, if I'm going to identify 30, then I want to visit at least 15, cut it in half in that week. I want to make contact to at least 15 in that week and do walkthroughs, at least 10 walkthroughs in that week, because some of them are going to be duds. So you want to, have that margin of error, but that's what's going to end up happening for the person that says, I want to do this in 30 days. So your numbers in regards to finding, the actual properties that may make sense needs to be higher. You have to increase your number. Like for the person that says 190 days or 120 days or whatever, 90 days, they can scale back a little bit in number. But for you that want to do it in 30 days, you've got to be more aggressive with your actions, your steps. Okay. All right. So
and then what I'll say is that, that's all great information, but watch this. As y'all coach and y'all big brother, I don't want none of y'all to go get a house if you haven't mastered the art of getting your phone to ring.
Correct.
Because if you're paying the rent from your pocket, that's not fun. Mm-mm. So it's all great to get a house, but that's why I told you guys to make sure you watch that HRA webinar too, because that teaches you guys how to get the phone to ring. Because if your phone ringing off the hook, I don't care if you go get a house, 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, but it's as your brother, if your phone ain't ringing, I don't want you to go put down first, last, security, turn on lights and water and gas and furnish it, which means you're going to spend about $7,000. I don't want you to do that if your phone ain't ringing already. So every one of y'all text the 3 letters HRA. That teaches you how to be a housing referral agent. So text HRA to 407-326-0086. That'll do 2 things. Teach you how to refer to other people. Teach you how to fill your own beds.
Yeah.
Make sense, everybody? Yeah. So don't go get a house if you ain't learned to make your phone ring off the hook.
Correct.
My prayer is that all of y'all become the preferred vendor in your city for housing. Meaning, when people in your city think of housing, they think of you. In fact, 10 of y'all write that right now. My prayer is, like Derrick said, when people in my city think of housing, they think of me or my housing program. Because I'll be honest, I don't want them thinking of Derrick. Think of Second Chance, because that's the name of my program.
I love that.
Not Shay, but the Angela Denise Foundation, which is a nonprofit that houses elderly women and displaced women, sex trafficked women. Make sense, everybody?
I want to talk about this. So Kamisha said, I want my house filled fast. So again, fast is what? What is fast? That's not a SMART goal because you haven't put a time to it. Fast can be 5 days, can be 5 minutes. So you've got to be realistic with your ask. So when we're talking about SMART goals, and this is for everybody, I don't care if you are selling buckets of popcorn at a fair, right? You've got to be specific in your ask or what you are in the goal that you are trying to accomplish. Fast for different people mean different things. So when you say fast, what is realistic? That is that R in SMART goals, right? Realistic to where you are currently as an entity, where you are realistic as a business owner, entrepreneur, where you are realistically to your phone ringing and you are receiving calls for referrals right now, where you are realistically in meeting with other housing providers, where you are realistically with the leads. Have you been lead generating? Has anybody started calling your phone? Right. So this is where I tell, and this is something that I think I'm going to really push in on this a lot in 2026 with our ILF coaching. And we can tag team some of your sessions because I want people to realize the importance of making realistic goals. If you have, not saying that this is a pipe dream, I'm being realistic. If you cannot really put something that you can measure in front of you, it will never flourish. And if it does, how do you know it flourished if you've not been able to go back and see the growth or the scalability or anything like that? So as a business owner, as someone that has a master's in business administration, as someone that has ran departments in organizations for years, you have to be realistic with being able to identify your outcomes. What are your projected outcomes? And how are you going to meet those projected outcomes? Are they realistic outcomes when you look at where you currently are? And if they are not realistic and where you currently are, what goals are you going to put in place in order for you to get to where you need to be to make those goals realistic? And that's where a lot of entrepreneurs lose it, and they end up having grand openings and grand closings in less than 90 days because they're never told the fundamentals of being a business owner or even managing any type of business or any management level skills. And that is going to be a primary thing that you have to learn, how to have a realistic expectation for your business and set up the appropriate goals to measure, obtain, make sure you have deadlines to get there, and be able to make sure they are working in what you currently have available. So I land there. I just wanted to definitely hone in on that because I think that is something that a lot of people don't realize that makes and breaks a lot of businesses. And some people don't understand it as SMART goals, but they're implementing some of these things.
Yeah.
Right. They're implementing those things, right, without even knowing it.
Yeah.
But I want people to realize like as an entrepreneur, you have to have realistic expectations. And that's always putting a number. You have to put numbers to things. Don't just put an idea or a verb, or something, an adjective or whatever you want to put there. You've got to give it realistic, a realistic body. So that way you can say, okay, I said I wanted to fill this house in 90 days or in 60 days. And I have not been able to fill this house in 60 days. Where did I miss it? What did not happen for me to do this? And 99.9% of the times is that nobody's going out to shake hands and kiss babies and meet these case managers and social workers. Nobody's going out and meeting the people where they are. They're not getting phone calls coming in. So now what do? We got to reverse engineer it now and say, what do we need to implement? And how much of it do we need to implement in order for it to now meet the goal that I have now reestablished is in another 90 days or another 60 days that I want this house filled. So I'm done.
Good stuff. And again, guys, don't forget, man, that $5 group, is a no-brainer. So that ILF masterclass of like what we say to the landlord, what verbiage to use, paperwork, guys, I talked about all of that. So if you don't get the one-on-one coaching, at least get the $5 group. That's our Elite ILF Academy. And you get in that group by texting the word 5, F-I-V-E, to 407-326-0086. It also has the HRA masterclass in it. So guys, that's thousands of dollars of coaching, because that masterclass for the ILF, guys, that would normally go for $997 on a replay. And normally only my one-on-one people get it. But I wanted to make it so stupid affordable that nobody had an excuse.
Correct.
So you can't be under my live or under the sound of our voice and say, well, Derrick, I don't know where to start. Yes, you do, because I gave it to you.
Yeah.
So inside of the ILF Academy, the paid one, there's a tab at the top that says learning. You click that, and there are both of the classes, the
Correct.
HRA and the ILF masterclass. And guys, again, that alone is going to guide you further than where you are today. And then you come back to YouTube for free and bring all your questions. So guys, that's what I mean. But I got something for everybody.
Yeah.
I got the free version, which is 7 days a week right here on YouTube. So 6 of those days is 7 p.m. Eastern, and Saturdays at 10 a.m. is the only day that we do 10 a.m. But every other day is 7 p.m. Eastern, and then 10 a.m. Eastern on every Saturday morning. So that's the free way. The upgraded version of that is that $5 group. And guys, for 16 cents a day, you'll be doing yourself a disservice if you don't get it. So text the word 5 to 407-326-0086. Next up is that DIY product, where it's the same as my one-on-one, you just don't get me. DIY means you do it on your own. That's $997 as of now. January 1st, that may change. And then the one-on-one coaching is so crazy, somebody just bought it. So I thought I coached my last person under that, but somebody heard it and they just got it. So again, right now, guys, it's $4,997. But January 1st, it goes back to the original price, guys, of $7,500.
And it'll look a little different, right? It won't be that full. You'll get access to one-on-one coaching.
Now, the one-on-one at $7,500, it's going to be the same.
So we are going to keep
But that one that's going to be $4,997, that's that group setting. Okay. And that's where you guys are going to be in the group. We're going to be learning together. But if you want the one-on-one coaching, that's going back to $7,500, even if my team even allows me to do that.
We'll see.
So we've been saying for a long time, guys, that we may not do one-on-one coaching no more. But as of right now, I think I'm going to still do it. But to make sure that you get it now.
But it will be
and get it at $4,997.
But they won't get access to your phone number no more. Like,
no,
they won't get your phone number.
Group, no.
Right. They'll get access to making, they'll have the ability to schedule their appointments.
So 8 years ago, guys, to like December 31st of this year, my one-on-one people get my phone number that they can call me Monday through Friday. They can set their own appointments with me. They can call me randomly, right? That group next year won't be able to do that because we're going to meet twice a month. So I'm not going to give you my phone number unless, again, that's one-on-one coaching. So back into the questions. So I'm going to answer 10 more questions and I'm going to get you guys out of here.
So Coach Drina says, are ILF homes under LLCs or 501c3s? Both.
501c3, LLC.
Yeah, both.
Personal preference.
Either way,
to you.
It just depends on how you want to set up, right? Yeah, it's either.
Let's do 9 more.
All right. I'm looking.
Yep, totally up to you, Coach Drina.
Oh, I love this question. I have a property that I can master lease. Do I need an LLC or trust first? Answer it here too.
Answer that loud. But
I'll say if it's in your personal name, you want to definitely have it under an entity. You don't want to do this under and cause yourself personal liability. Go ahead and change it to either a LLC or a trust so that you have some form of liability or a safety shield. And that trust will be the most optimal. But if you want to do it quickly and then you can transition the LLC into a trust, you can do that later. But I would definitely put it in an entity.
Okay. Next question. And also, guys, a lot of people start with our ebooks. So go to forstonconsultants.com. Check out those ebooks. I think 2 or 3 of our books are free. So download the free ones too. But we got other books that guide you through certain processes. So go to forstonconsultants.com and check that out. What's the next one?
I'm going back to the bottom because I think we got everything.
Somebody said explain again, please.
I just did.
What was
Kung Fu
that?
Panda.
Explain which part or which thing. Let us know, and we'll keep moving.
I think it's about the house again. So coach said, oh my God, hold on. Oh my God, I was going past that. Okay. Yeah, so she already answered it. All right. So Faith said, what small things can I do daily to balance personal and professional during this season? Oh, I love that. Time management. Time management is going to be necessary. I tell anybody that's doing the even for me, the full-time entrepreneur. I watched, and I talked about this not too long ago. I watched someone that is a multimillionaire. I watched how they do their day, and their day is completely by a schedule. From the time that they wake up, the time that they spend, like their bathroom breaks, excuse me, meals, and all are accounted for. Okay. No time is unaccounted for. And it's because of the things that they have to do in real life and what makes them successful. So managing your time is going to be the one key component that you'll have, because we all have that's the one thing that we all have in common, 24 hours in a day. Now, how you make use of that 24 hours is going to be up to you. So I would sit down and look at your day, like write down your day from wake up to go to bed, and see what you can alleviate out of those things that are not productive. What are unproductive hours spent in your day, and what can you input in that space to make it more productive for your business, right? So prime example, if let's say you wake up at 6, you do X, Y, and Z until 10. You have that lunch break at 10 o'clock. At 11 o'clock. It's for 30 minutes. Can you allocate 10 minutes out of that 30 minutes to create a quick post, to go out on social media? Can you allocate 10 minutes of that time to look for a property and start building your property list? Like, what can you do in those segments? It doesn't have to be hours. You can do a lot of things in small chunks. If you can do a lot of small things in small chunks, at the end of the day, you feel more like you've accomplished a lot. So that's where that time management and SMART goals are going to play a true balancing act in that, because now you can utilize your time and allocate the time to a specific item in that SMART goal to get it accomplished. Because if not, you have a SMART goal with no time to implement. So if you schedule your time, now you have your SMART goal, let those two things work together, and now you'll start seeing more productivity. So let me know if that helped.
Sounds good. Good stuff. Good stuff. Let's take about 6 more questions that we can do. Right before that, let's take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back. In fact, this room is brought to you by Digital Flow Solutions. That's the all-in-one CRM system that we use to run every business that we have, including the ILF model. So it's your website build out, it's your CRM system, it's your phone line, all of your AI tools, AI bots, and a bunch of more stuff. And again, no matter the industry, again, we use digitalflowsolutions.net. Go to that website, check it out. We figured out your problem. You have a great business or a great business idea. You just don't have a website. So visit digitalflowsolutions.net and get the best website in the world for only $97. And then you just pick your monthly plan. Let's get back to the content. All right, we are back. And the question I did see in the chat was someone saying about the coaching. So as I said, and if you go to forstonconsultants.com, all the stuff is there. But I've been saying all year that the price goes back to the original January 1st.
Yeah.
What you probably got confused on was me trying to decide whether I'm still going to do one-on-one coaching. So there's a great chance I will, but it's at $7,500. It's at the old price again. So the whole year, if you know us, we put it on sale at $4,997.
Yeah.
That's $3 away from $5,000, and we cover the tax. We offer financing through Klarna and Afterpay. So a lot of people lately, like the last, I'll say 20 people that bought our package, I guarantee you 13 of them did not spend their own money. They use the financing through Klarna or Afterpay. Most people also use their credit card. And I'll admit, guys, every business I've ever started, it came from somebody else's money. It came from the bank, a credit card, or I robbed Peter and I paid Paul. I didn't have a lot of money starting this. I got creative, business credit, business loans, borrowing from your mama, your wife, your friend, your brother. There are no grants that somebody gonna give you to start a brand new idea. Stop asking that. There is no grants to start this. Even when you're nonprofit, it took Shay 3 years before people just start cutting checks. Now they cut them all the time. But your first 1 and 2 years, you're establishing yourself.
Correct.
So one more time, the coaching right now until January 1st is $4,997
So you
for
got
the
2
one-on-one
days.
coaching, which means you got 2 days to save yourself what? $2,000, $2,500. But I'll admit, even at $7,500, it's a steal.
Yeah.
My mentor want me to change my one-on-one to 15 grand. I think he's right. But I'm such a softy. I'm gonna just put it back at the original at 7,500. So for you guys, it's a no-brainer. Some of y'all go in and have a partner. I don't care if you bring your brother into it, your sister, your auntie. The team I talked today, she brought her sister. And that was not her original plan until she heard me say, hey, sis, who you doing this with? Are you by yourself? Is there a boyfriend, husband, boo thing, or a family member? She said, well, there, in fact, it's my sister. I said, well, where's she at?
Exactly.
Over here, put her on camera because she now is a part of your team.
Yeah.
So it's 2 of them now. So bring your brother in, bring your auntie, your nephew, your business partner, and y'all get it together.
That was a question.
Learn it together. Okay.
That was a question. How did we manage 15 ILFs?
Yeah, we'll get to that. But one more time for that last person. Right now, sir or ma'am, I'm not sure who you are, but you can get it for $4,997. But if you wait to January 1st, it's going back to $7,500. Now, the other side to this is this. We still will have something that's $4,997, but that's going to be me coaching you guys in a group setting. And I'm probably going to do it by cohorts, meaning January, February, and March, you guys are in one cohort. So if you buy in January or March, you're in the same pool of people. Now, the next month starts that second cohort. So I think that's the way I'm going to do it. I'm going to do 4 groups.
Yeah.
So that way, because we have people that buy all the time, just randomly. So what I'm going to do it is that, because my coach taught me this, because I don't know it. When you guys come in January through those first next 2 months, you guys are in one cohort. I coach y'all together. And what my plan is that one time a month for sure, but I think I'm going to meet y'all twice a month. Yeah. But what I'm going to also do, I'm going to immediately give you access to the portal with all my coaching, all the curriculum, all the videos, all the paperwork. You get that from day one. That way you don't got to wait on me. It's kind of like if you've ever been in a book club, know how everybody read the same book and then y'all meet twice a month to talk about the book? That's how I want to do my new coaching. Because I see right now that a lot of y'all learn well together. Guys, that ILF Academy is growing by 1,000 people every 6 days.
Yeah.
It don't even take 7 days, y'all, for that thing to go up another 1,000 people, which tells me and shows me that you guys are working together. I love it. And that's why we created the elite group for $5. So one more time, if you get in between now and the next 2 days, in about 42 hours, you can get it at $4,997.
Yeah.
January, if I even do one-on-one coaching, it's going to be back to its original price.
What I want to do
in
the
Kung Fu
cohorts,
Panda, tell me that that makes sense.
Yeah, and what I want to do in the cohorts, Derrick, is I really want to hone in on the SMART goals in those cohorts.
Sure, absolutely. And that person says, but I don't want to be in a... No. That was just the example.
Oh, Lord, no.
Meaning, just like my DI... Prime example, Jermaine Mills is in here. Jermaine, can you shout me out? Show the people who you are, bro. Jermaine bought the DIY. He can never call me. Never. But he's here 7 days a week. He comes to all of our live events. He got a house real fast and filled it real fast. So he showed the ability of he don't need me. He can read and watch the stuff. But for the people that still want that one-on-one feeling, you gonna get a chance to do what Jermaine did, but then still meet me twice a month. Right? So that's what the group coaching is going to go to.
There you go.
Is that you guys are going to get access to all your stuff, meaning get started from day one.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to meet with y'all twice a month to pour into you through coaching, teaching, and examples. So essentially, y'all, I'm going to be able to help a lot of more people next year because I won't be tied down to one-on-one coaching so much.
Yeah.
it's going to be a lot more people. That's actually one of my goals. I want to double the amount of people I coached this year. And if I do that, I can't do it one-on-one coaching. It's got to be in a group setting. It's called one-to-many. I learned that through coaching. So I want to implement that and allow us to learn and grow together. So there is Jermaine. He's an example of kind of what it would look like. Jermaine go through that portal on his own. He watch all the videos. He get my $8,000 worth of paperwork, the legal paperwork. He get all of that. He gets the website build out.
Yeah.
He gets the virtual assistant. Guys, you get it all. So the only thing that's missing from the DIY is me. So that's for the people that say, Derrick, I don't need you like that, bro. If you give me all the videos, your team gonna still build my website. I get all your legal paperwork and everything you coach, Derrick, is in that. Oh, and by the way, if you IMB, you get the $5 group for free.
Right.
And for most of y'all that can move at the speed of instruction like Jermaine, most of y'all gonna be able to join that $5 group, watch that masterclass several times, and take off running. You will never need me because I put so much into that class that night. And again, in your material, it's so much stuff. So I'll say it like I always say, if you fail at this, you didn't try. Because the need in your city is too great. And the coaching from us is 1,000 and God's behind it. So the only reason this don't work for somebody is that they didn't put their all into it. I always say that. It's never the coaching. It's not your city. It ain't the people. It's that you didn't put the work in. Homelessness is a problem in all 50 states, no matter where you live in. So if you can't fill a 4-bed, 2-bath home with 8 people out of the thousands of people that are homeless in your city with a check and the money to pay for it, I'm telling you right now, you're not trying hard enough. And I'll just end it right there.
That's
all right.
That's bars.
So, Kung Fu, let me know if I answered your question. I'll take 2 more and we're going to bless y'all and get y'all out of here.
Oh, so I gotta find out who was that. Coach Drina asked if she can pay the subscription annually. Let me find out because there should have been an option to pay it annually. I'll find out from the team and I'll have them email you, or actually just send us a text, and I'll have Alex or one of the team members look into that because it should be there.
And Coach Drina, just so that you know and everybody else how the funding for the financing works with the buying real estate, and again, it's called asset-based lending. I hate to make it sound so simple, but it works this easy. You find a property that you like and you in love with and you want to buy it. I'm going to build a process for y'all just to send me the address of the property.
I think I have the forms already.
Zip code, the price, and what you plan on doing with it, whether it's going to be a fix and flip, which is what I love, or is it going to be a ready rental property that you'll turn into an ILF? That's really all I need to know, kind of, sort of. And once you do that, I can give you something that's called a term sheet that tells you what you need to close on that property.
Correct.
20% down, certain amount of reserves, maybe, blah, 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 and that's it.
Yeah.
That's how cool asset-based lending is, y'all. It don't take a lot like a regular buying of a property do. Because if the numbers make sense, my team say, let's go.
Correct.
That DSCR loan, the whole meaning of that is called a debt service coverage ratio, meaning can the amount of money you bringing in service the debt that we got from this bank?
Correct.
Meaning if your monthly payment is $1,200, like what are we doing to cover that? Can your rental agreement show that we're making enough money to cover that? And that's called a DSCR loan. And again, most of them don't care about your credit, your tax returns, or what kind of job you got. I don't care if you quit 2 weeks ago or you just started yesterday.
Yep.
Asset basically could care less about that. They care more about the property. Because again, if you don't perform, as it's called, or you don't do your part, they just snatch the property back from you. Easy.
Literally.
Okay. So hopefully that answered that. And what I'm going to do is probably the next time that we meet, and also in that $5 community, in our one-on-one group, I'm going to start reintroducing that thing. Because we do this all the time. And it's surprising me how many of y'all don't know that we do it.
Because we haven't talked about
it. We don't
offer
offer it enough or talk about it, and that's probably why.
And
so you'll hear more about that in the new year. Because again, I'm no psychic or genie in a bottle, but I got a great feeling, and it's kind of been said that Trump gonna do something crazy with the interest rates. And it's gonna make the real estate go crazy in a good way, meaning easy to buy it. And guys, I'm all in on that. And also, right before I end it, I love mobile homes. So if you're in South Carolina, North Carolina, any part of Georgia, and you see a mobile home park for sale, let me know. Shay and I are also wanting a mobile home park, a smaller park, not like thousands of units. I want a smaller park, something probably under 50 pads. And a lot of those are being ran by mom and pop people that are ready to get out of it. So a lot of times owner financing is allowed with things like that. And it's easier for that person and good for us. So if you're looking for, you can be a wholesaler and sell me that. Find a small mobile home park and wholesale me that deal. Make a bunch of money off of me because I want to buy it. I'm telling y'all these things, right? So other than that, man, I love you guys like a fat kid loves cake. I'm going to let Shay bless y'all one more time and we'll pray you guys out of here. But thank y'all so much for joining us tonight. And remember, guys, 7 days a week, I'm live right here. So there's never an excuse. I got a $5 group. And I want to feel like it's almost $500 a month. But guys, because one day it will. But I want to get all 18,000 people that's in that free group to merge over. So if you want to excel faster and further and work with a group of people that's already committed, where my master classes are already at. Prime example, my lawyer will be speaking to my IMB group very soon.
Yeah,
I'm putting that in the $5 group. And y'all, she charged me a lot of money to do that. That's not free. But I'm so nice. I want y'all to hear the topic of what she's discussing, which is business startup, how to stay out of jail and off the Channel 8 news.
And the importance
of it. I'm
going
to gift y'all that. Because
she's
going to charge me.
Right.
But I'm going to gift y'all for $5. Go ahead, Shay.
And she's also going to talk about the importance of like trademarking, owning different, verbiage and your logos and all of that stuff, how you brand yourself and brand awareness. Most of you heard us talking about it recently, that a lot of the ILF or independent living facility or independent living home communities, independent living houses, all of those communities on Facebook have been taken down because of trademark infringement. So you're seeing a lot of those communities come down because it's impeding on our trademark. And even like certain posts, like people can't post specific things because now we're holding the social media platforms accountable to making sure that they're also being aware of our trademark in those spaces. So that's one of the things she's going to come and teach on too. So if there's something that you want to patent or something that you do on a regular basis, let's say it's a phrase that you use, go see if it's trademarked. Start making shirts, start doing something, create a logo out of it. So that way you can kind of, you can really impress in that market by having that trademark or that copyright. Super important to do so. And it makes, it's a whole new ball game, guys. And you want to make sure that you have that ownership of that stuff. Okay. Derrick, I am Shanya Shay Forston. I approve this message. And I need to go take some cough medicine, y'all.
Shay's been a little down, y'all, since like last Saturday.
And not the flu or nothing.
Not like sick.
No,
like
it's just sinusy,
cough.
real sinusy,
so
post-nasal drip.
Pressed her way to be here. So if y'all, so if 10 of y'all can say thank you, Shay, for showing up tonight, I'd appreciate that personally. Y'all just say thank you, Shay, for pressing through. Because I thought I was gonna be by myself today, y'all, but Shay pressed through and
I missed y'all. So I wanted to be here, and I'm excited because I gotta get into the swing of doing things. Because I have a live tomorrow. I'm excited because I'm actually Digital Flow Solutions is getting a new industry that's coming on board, and tomorrow I go in to do a full in-person demo. And I'm excited about that.
Cool. Good stuff.
So we've been working behind the scenes on that. It's a whole new market for us and a fun market, one that I kind of enjoy, but not trying to make no more use of in my older years. But it's a fun market to be in and to be able to see this group of gentlemen expand their business. So once that's solid and solidified and we got them live and in action, I'm going to have you all kind of go and show their page some love. and just help boost them in the SEO algorithm as well, so that we can get them moving and grooving in the reputation aspect of things. So I'm excited about tomorrow. And just excited about being able to spend some time with you all. I hope you got value out of SMART goals. I'm actually going to do something, and I'll create a PDF, and I'll put in
That's
the
cool, yeah.
ILF. I'll put it in the ILF Academy Elite, so that you all have access to it. And I'll do like a little live on it, on how to use it, like I talked about tonight. And that way you guys have a way of being able to utilize the SMART goal method for anything that you're doing in a goal. Get comfortable with that method. Once you really learn how to do it, you'll be able to do it with your eyes closed. But you'll also see the value in meeting the goals that you so often don't reach because of not having the SMART acronyms in place and being able to, identify those things. So a lot of times we meet goals and don't even realize that we've met them. And we continue to try to strive for higher, but don't even know what we implemented in the first place to get to that point, that pivotal point that we've already made it to. So yeah, love y'all.
And then one more thing, I know I said I was about to go, but I saw a question in the chat, and somebody said, Derrick, what makes you all so successful at this? Well, you probably missed it, but I mentioned God a lot. And I'm no pastor, I'm no priest, I'm no bishop. I got a bunch of stuff wrong with me, just like a lot of y'all do. But one thing that God and I have gotten kind of on the same page with, I'm going to follow him. And we put God first in everything. So if you notice, even when we get paid, look at my first bill that I pay. My tithe and my offering is the first thing I pay when all of this money come in. Because how dare I ask God to change my life, make me rich, add no sorrow, but then I eat all of this money.
Yeah.
Now, some of y'all believe in this and some of y'all don't. And this ain't me trying to force it in you. But when you ask me what makes us successful, we keep God first. I take 10% of that money and go back to my storehouse, which is the church I attend every Sunday, to further their mission. Get your mind off of what you thinking the pastor is doing with that money. Tell me, well, Derrick, he ain't gonna take my money and go buy no Mercedes Benz. I don't care what he do with it.
He got to be,
so to speak, I kind of do.
But he gonna be.
But when I got a heart that I'm giving to God to further God's mission, I'm gonna trust and believe that I'm in a good place where I'm planting that seed that it'll grow. So if you look at these numbers, 5920, guys, 592 going to my church. And because I'm not petty, I round that number up. That's actually 600. Then I still give an offering that's not even on this page. But if you know the Bible and you know how things work, offering is kind of a suggestion. You can if you want to. That tithe is no option. I got to do that. So for me, my offering is just me saying, God, I appreciate you. This I want to give you extra because of how much you blessing me, or God, what I'm looking for you to do. But that tithe say, God, none of this is mine anyway.
Right.
All of this belong to you, and you so good, God. You told me that you will let me keep the 90, and you only want 10%, and I keep the 90. What a great deal. So I just like to show this breakdown of the first bill I pay. And I love to say it's not a bill I owe, but a seed I sow to make this thing keep growing. Make sense?
Yeah.
That old saying that says, get it from the mud, that's baloney. We don't get it from the mud no more. Nothing grows in the mud. Now I want y'all to get it from the garden, from all these seeds I keep dropping 7 days a week. So no more getting it from the mud. That's dumb. I used to take pride in that saying. Yeah, I got it from the mud. Nobody taught me. That's dumb. Get it from the garden where I'm dropping all of these seeds at. That's how I want y'all to get it. And can y'all see, once I'm done with all of this stuff, one house brings me $3,038. Now, if you remember my first original story, guys, I was a poor social worker making 28 grand a year. That's less than $800 every 2 weeks taxed. Yeah. Guys, per house now, $3,038. And I believe that because we're tithing and giving God what's belong to him anyway, he keeps this thing going. Not that it won't be tough times or tough months, but when I've paid into that storehouse, I got something to go back and grab. Because if you never save or put into something, what do you draw back from? You can't draw from an empty well.
You can't.
It's got to be some deposit that's been put in there. I hope that make a lot of sense. So other than that, I love you guys like a fat kid loves cake. My name is Derrick Forston. I approve this entire message. Make sure you text the word 5, F-I-V-E. I should see 55 people tonight that did that. Because in my mind, why wouldn't you? You wouldn't spend 16 cents a day to further what God has told you to do. And remember, procrastination is the arrogant assumption that God will give you more time for something he's already told you to do.
Yep.
So join us 7 days a week on YouTube at Forston Consultants. Be my friend at Derrick Forston on Facebook. I want to see 50 friend requests today. But forget about being my friend. When you get there, be nosy of what we're posting.
Yeah.
What are we saying? What are we doing? Gain inspiration from that stuff because there's a lot of teaching in it. So be my friend at Derrick Forston, but follow us everywhere else at Forston Consultants. Follow Shay at the Angela Denise Foundation. Look at how you do this from a nonprofit standpoint. I didn't want to be nonprofit because I can't spend that money how I want to. That's why Shay got one. So look at her page of how she does that. What is the difference? Why do banks write her checks? Because what you didn't know, banks in your city are mandated to write checks to nonprofits. You didn't know that.
Yeah.
Shay got a whole course on that that's called Know Before You Go. Nonprofit course. Talk about that for 2 seconds and we out of here.
Yeah. So you can text the letters NPO to 407-326-0086 and get the Know Before You Go nonprofit course. It is 5 modules that literally just identify things that you should know before you excuse me, before you make the decision to go that route of 501c3. What are the documents that are required? How do you find board members? What about grants? Everybody wants to know about grants. Shay, how do you get grants? There's a bonus and then there's a double bonus in this course where you get to see my grant writer, my virtual assistant from the Philippines that writes all of my grants and helps me to build connections in the community. Like prime example, just the other day, a Thai restaurant donated $100 to my nonprofit. I have no clue how they've been an email list from me for over 3.5 years and never batted an eyelash at anything we've requested from them. And this year they finally said, you know what? This person has been so consistent in sending out these email campaigns and these email blasts. I'm going to go ahead and just sow a seed. And that was that just goes to show the thing of consistency again. But again, and that's a part of that Know Before You Go nonprofit course where we're talking about what it takes before a nonprofit actually starts seeing some grants or donations. And how do you get to that level? A lot of people don't realize that it takes time for your nonprofit to be, for the nonprofit, not yours, for the nonprofit to be established and be recognized as a viable organization that people want to sow into. So that's some of the things that I talk about in that course. Again, it's a 5-module course with all of the information, the breakdown. How do you get to that point of being grant ready? What is grant readiness? What documents do you have to fill out? Like, do I have to be like, what's the first step, right? What do I need to look out for every year? You know, what documents do I have to file? Do I file, what do I file? Do I file the regular Schedule C, or do I file a 990? Like these are real good questions to ask that a lot of people don't know how to navigate. And then they go to, you know, and they file their own taxes and they do it incorrectly. And that puts you in a very, very dangerous place to losing your 501c3 status. And you don't want to do that. So Know Before You Go, text NPO, nonprofit organization. So NPO.
It's a tax write-off for you guys too, because you're buying into a nonprofit. So
that purchase is actually a donation. So you'll get a donation certificate once you've purchased that. So my team should be sending them out the first of the year so that they get sent out early this year. And you'll get that in an email that says, hey, here's your donation receipt for purchasing the Know Before You Go nonprofit course. And you can put that and file it in your tax returns for 2024. I mean, 2024. Really, that took us back the whole year. Have a great night, everybody.
You guys be good.
Love you.
I'm going to pray you guys out of here. And I pray God's speed on your life, your health, and your mental status. Because we need all of that to run this business. We need a sane mind, the mind of Christ, and an able body. In fact, Father God, thank you so much for the seed that was sown tonight. God, I thank you for the ability of what you gave Shay and I. And I thank you for the ability and the want to teach it. God, thank you for not making Shay and I crabs in a bucket. Thank you for allowing us to give us a platform to discuss independent living facilities. God, I thank you that Shay and I were the trademark and are the trademark owners of it. Thank you that you're trusting us to lead these people. And Father God, by your mercy and your grace, I pray that everybody under the sound of this voice right now, that they will succeed. God, you have no favoritism over people. Just like you love the lady that housed people in rats and roaches, God, you love these people too. So God, can you make the way easy for these people? I'm going to say that again. God, make the way easy for these people. Make them rich and add no sorrow. Father God, also let no devil in hell stop them for what you've already put in their heart to do. Not a family member, not a boss, not a relative. God, not anybody. So we speak against negativity. We speak against naysayers. And I claim in the name of Jesus, all of you all will be successful, because God, what an unselfish business this is, because we got to spend money before we make money. And God, you said that if we care for the poor, the needy, and the widow, God, you will see to it that we're also blessed. So God, thank you for allowing us to help these people. God, give these people real estate that they did not build. Give them land that they did not toil in. God, make everything possible for these people to get started. And one more time, God, give them the mind of Christ and an able body to do what you called them to do. And nothing stops them. Nothing. God, bring about the finances, bring about great health. In fact, God, right now, these people are here from the top of their head to the soles of their feet. They are healed, delivered, and set free. There is nothing wrong with none of y'all. Diabetes, cancer, HIV, high blood pressure, none of that stops us from what we're doing. God, you've called us to do this. Now give us every tool that we need. God, withhold no good thing from these people. Because God, again, we're asking you first. And Father God, before these people ever get their first facility, God, we dedicate it to you now. Yes. God, this is your program. Even though we gonna name it, even though it's a business, God, this is your ministry. So allow us to help your people. And now unto him that is able to do exceedingly, abundantly above all we can ever ask or think, according to the power that worketh in us. God, that means that you will blow the socks off of our very feet. God, you will blow our minds. Even what we're thinking, you can exceed that. So God, for these people, do what you did for me and Shay, but God, times it by 10. Make these people greater than us. Make them better than us. And again, God, one more time, struggle is over. Just like me and my family, God, these people don't struggle long enough. Today, I call that the struggle is over. And these people will succeed in Jesus' name and start their own independent living facility. They're going to help people. They're going to be the answer to their community. And when people think about affordable housing, they come to mind. And it's in Jesus' name we pray. God, bring about all the right relationships. But God, also help us get rid of the knucklehead. God, remove the knuckleheads from these people and bring about relationships and the right people. God, this is a team effort. It takes more than one person. So give them the surrounding. Give them the support. And God, if Shay and I are to be their coach, make the way easy. Yes. But God, for some reason, you don't want Shay and I to coach these people. God, remove them from us and give them and push them where they need to go. But God, I believe that you called Shay and I for such a time as this. So God, open up every avenue for it to be possible. And we call it so in Jesus' name. If y'all believe that, say amen, 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 and amen. We'll see you guys tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern. Don't wait to be great, and we'll see you next time.